everyone, today I'll be reviewing this movie dropped on Netflix. It's called A Mouthful of Air, and it is starring Amanda Seyfried, Finn Wittrock, and this movie, it is directed by Amy Koppelman. And when I saw this movie was coming out on Netflix starring Amanda Seyfried, who is such an amazing actress, she just got a nomination for Oscar a couple of years ago, I guess. So I'm a huge fan of her work. So I was really excited to see this movie. And this movie does deal with such a huge subject matter about depression. And we see this in this movie. She is this young mom, like she has this son, and she is a writer, and she's really struggling with depression in this movie. And we see she gets pregnant again, and this depression has become really very heavy thing for her. And we see in this movie she also has her mom and a very loving husband, Finn Wittrock, in this movie, like he's trying to help her. And also this movie has Paul Giamatti, which interesting, he's in this. So this movie, it is based on a book, and I thought this movie will deal with some this serious subject matter which many people deal with in real life. Unfortunately, with the way this movie was done and the way it was, like it ended, you're like, whoa, what? That was kind of like it's, as a depression movie, this movie wasn't that good, honestly. The way Julie's character was acting in this movie, often I felt like that's like really surface level, and we never get to actually know more about what she's actually thinking, because this movie end of the is from her point of view, but we actually don't go into her mind that much, which was a little frustrating for me when I was watching it. I was like, I want to know more, like what happened that she did all this thing. And the way sometime like her husband, he act in this movie felt very unreal. Like, shouldn't you be like more keeping eye on her? Because end of the day, she tried to end herself. Earlier movie we learn, although we never learn like how or what happened. Like we just get some flashback and some therapy scene. Although all those therapy scene even not that deep. Like even the one scene with the Paul Giamatti and with her, as like no way in real life any doctor will talk to his patient that way. Like you start telling your own story to a patient, they don't talk to the patient that way, and especially a psychiatric, no way. This movie, it is kind of like a surface level like depression story, and the way it's end, it's supposed to leave a long lasting impression on his viewer mind. But I feel like as a movie, it never took time to build that thing that you actually don't feel anything end of it. You just feel like that was wasting of time, because end of the day I felt like she never tried to get better, although that's how like people might feel. But yeah, it just felt like it was just like, what? Because actual depressed people, they go through even more stuff, you know, and people who are around them, they care more about them. I don't know, this movie tried to do really surface level. That being said, I thought Amanda Seyfried, she still really tried so her best to give such a great performance. Her performance is so good that you keep watching her. End of the day, this movie, it is really slow and boring. You just feel like you just wasted your time. It's really nothing happened. End of it, it just ends. And you're like, I don't know. I wish she tried to get better or something. And especially this movie starts with she tried to end herself. Why are you not trying to get better? Although in this movie, we see that she feels it, but she never go. These people never help her deeper. That was quite frustrating for me as a viewer. And that's my thought on this. Let me know in the comment. What do you think about this movie? If you enjoyed this review, don't share my other reviews on the other topics. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. Until I see you next time, please take care.